I'm Lori Conti here today for Brain Injury Awareness. And today I'd like to just take you through a plethora of strategies that I use throughout my day, and hopefully you'll write a few down and try them for yourself. And today I'd like to take you through a day in the life of Lori Conti. I'm going to be sharing strategies that I use throughout the day for accomplishing activities of daily life, just living. And I guess I could say working too, because I do need to have tasks to complete in order to feel worthy. It's my personality. So although my tasks are menial and short-lived, I do feel accomplished. Next to my bed, I always keep paper and a pencil so I can write things down. This reminds me what I need to do today, where my husband is, he's working today. I call this placement strategy. I'm checking my morning pills to see if I've taken them or not. The top up means it's time to take the pill. So I'll take this pill, put it top down, and then I'll flip these over for tonight. And now I'll know tonight I have not taken those pills yet. For feeding my dog, I have dog food and fur on the floor. Feed the dog, and then I just put back the cup. Next I put my dog outside and I write it down on this board to help me remember what time he went out. I also set a timer because time's elusive to me. Coda usually comes and scratches our door. I leave a note on the board when I leave the house. I'm in the barn and I'm also going to be sweeping, so my family doesn't frantically search for me. Which, don't ask Joe about that because I'm sure he has no stories. My husband leaves me notes too, just because I love you. He cleaned my barn for me. We have 4 horses to feed. Of course, there's a reminder note, but this one's special because it's not exactly at the place where I'm going to feed. I put it at the bottom of the stairs. I read it here, 1 green, 1 yellow. And if I put them out, I have to put them on the front pasture. So I have to go up the stairs and remember 1 green, 1 yellow, 1 green, 1 yellow, 1 green, 1 yellow, 1 green, 1 yellow, 1 green, 1 yellow. Hopefully nothing will interrupt my thoughts of 1 green, 1 yellow. Now unfortunately, there's only green hay open. Now I have to think, where am I going to get the yellow hay from? Does it matter? And that thought process could interfere with my working memory that's saying 1 green, 1 yellow, 1 green, 1 yellow. 1 green, 1 yellow flake. Gonna get dropped down to Lucy. Watch out. When I first was able to go outside and help do tasks like sweep, I discovered sweeping is something I had forgotten how to do. I didn't know what tools to use. I didn't know what method to use. So I used my executive planning strategies that Natalie taught me, and I learned that I use a broom, and that the best way for me to sweep and accomplish something is to sweep from the left to the right into the middle, and then at each seam I clean up the mess. Here's a list in the barn that I read before I leave. I need to sweep the aisle, check the gates. So I have to do that immediately. I can't read the list and then do it. I have to check the gates, They have to be bungee corded and the bolt has to be in the hole. Our horses are escape artists. The snow is melting, the skies are blue for once here in Western New York, and I'm gonna go for a walk. I do have rules to follow, and one of them is tell somebody you're going for a walk. So I'll make sure that I call or text somebody. Otherwise I get lost and people can't find me and it's a bad situation. I'm working on a new technique to get my boots off at the door. So I use this as a boot jack before I even get in the house. And now my boots are off. Whether I leave them there, put them where they belong, at least they're not traipsing across my muddy floor or my clean floor that could get muddy. Clutter is my demise. Therefore, the next thing on my list to do is clear all the counters, wash them all, clear the table, which is clear, and then I can turn this place into my sanctuary. I just shut all the doors. And then I have a big area for my sanctuary. This will become clean. I'll get rid of all the clutter. And I have a nice relaxing area here set up for brain breaks. I'll just give you a couple of examples of how I clear counters. I pick up one thing at a time and look at it. It's glasses. Sometimes I just say it right out loud. It's easier for me to remember what it is. Glasses, where do they go? I'll just put them on my face. Done. Watch, where does that go? I could put it on my wrist, but I know I have dishes to wash, so then I'll have to take it off. So I think I'll put it over near the sink so that, oh, I guess I only have one dish to wash. So I'll put it up here with all my lovely angels, and that way, after I'm done washing dishes, I'll see it there. I go one by one and put things in their appropriate place. Here's my reminder list. So when I come across a situation like this, which to me looks different than that, I have to decide, do I have the brain energy today to deal with this? This is very taxing for me. I'm going to say no, because I have a dinner date tonight. I'm going to put it in my pile. These are papers that need to be filed, binders that need to be put away. Sometimes I just wait for my mom to come over because she can do it lickety-split. Otherwise, you know, this could be a brain activity for a specific day, one where I have no appointments or commitments. With my drink station set up, I can make sure I have water before I drink coffee. So I have to finish this and then put it here. This is where I keep my glasses instead of all over the house. I think my husband appreciates it, but he hasn't said anything. And I have 2 cups of coffee. I'm gonna brew one now. And that helps me monitor my coffee intake. It's useful to me for help in monitoring how much food I eat if I keep track. I am okay with myself having 6 prunes a day, so I keep track of them. Yesterday I only had 3, but that's okay. So today, because I don't eat them all at once, I like to spread it out because to me it tastes like candy. So I'll just, as the day goes on, mark it with tally marks here. On a good day, I'll make a good decision. Like, my coffee is just made, it's hot. But I know that I need a brain break. So I'm going to step away from my coffee and go take a brain break. This is another example of placement, and it's where I keep all of my brain break supplies, because when I'm home, this is primarily where I take my brain breaks during the day. So when it's time for a brain break, sometimes it hits me like a ton of bricks and I just feel sick, like piranhas eating at my heart, and just can't think or see, or people talking, wah, 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 wah. Can't understand what they're saying, and then I know, whoops, I've gone a little bit too far. But right now I feel okay. I took that walk this morning. Right now my face just feels tingly, like I want to do this. And so if you see me doing that, that means I need a brain break. I also feel like I'm having a hot flash, or maybe I'm feverish. I don't know why that happens, but I do need a brain break, otherwise I won't be able to function. So to prepare for this brain break that I'm taking now, I'm going to use my noise canceling Bose headphones, doTERRA oils. I'm going to put this brain compound that I made on the bottom of my feet. This is eucalyptus, sandalwood, frankincense, and rosemary. And then I will use my eye mask to block out my sight. And I use this as a scent blocker. I'm plugged in. I'm going to be listening to binaural beats. So after my brain break, I come up slowly, because I do get dizzy, so my medication makes me dizzy. And I make sure I shut off my headphones. And then I like to use peppermint doTERRA oil. I inhale it. I don't recall the benefits of it, but I could look it up for you again. I did a bunch of research. Plus it smells great. It makes me think I might want to put some in my coffee today. Next and last, I'm going to use frankincense pure oil, no diluters, on the roof of my mouth. I don't like the flavor, but I do it because I think it works. So while I'm having breakfast, I'm going to think, and I think on paper with a pen, and I have to synthesize some information. I have to think about today, and I have a little note here for myself, Red Lobster Day, and I have to call to set up, what do I set up? Transportation. And then I look at my daily responsibilities list, so I'm going to see that I have read and watch devotionals, puzzle, color, Lumosity games. This time of day is kind of like working out my brain. And then I have my March calendar of projects to be working on. So I have to synthesize all that along with my list that I had from last night. I have doTERRA to work on. I have to conserve energy. That's number one. So that's where I'm going to start, conserving energy for the birthday party tonight. So I'm going to say that I'm leaving at 4, so I'll be ready. And prior to that, I will need to get ready, so I'll say get ready at 3:30. If I bring earplugs, honestly, if I have alcohol beverage that numbs my senses, and that helps me. I'm trying not to turn into an alcoholic, though, so I probably won't have one. So prior to 3:30, I need a big break. So I'm going to say from 1 to 3:30 is a huge brain break. I'll probably take a bath and get directly into bed. It's time for devotionals, and I enjoy studying anytime I'm home and I don't have appointments to go to. I don't have any afternoon engagements that I have to conserve my brain energy for, and this is what I enjoy doing. I like to prepare for this study session by plugging in to binaural beats, and that is tapping noises in your ears, and they help get your brain ready for concentrating. You can also use binaural beats to relax or get energized, but I used a 15-minute session prior to studying. I also like to use doTERRA essential oils. I love this blend that I made. All of these ingredients are good for the brain. There's eucalyptus, sandalwood, rosemary, and frankincense. And I don't recall what each of those oils does. I just know, because I did research prior to making it, that it's good for my brain and concentrating. I like to inhale the oils. They smell good. And it gives you a really quick dose of the oils. I also like to put it on my neck and up into this little triangle area here. So now I'm ready to study. Because my timing is broke, I do use a timer. I'll set it for 20 minutes and study for 20. I can usually get up and go take a walk, get a drink, let the dog out, and come back and study for another 20 on a good day. So I have a surprise visitor. My son came over. I'm enjoying our conversation, but you can see how all of this would distract from me being able to partake for very long.